Doesn't look like it's working. Let's see. Getting a yellow light, but it's okay. Now it's starting. Okay. Frank Tufano has made a video today. And his video is getting a lot of views. Okay. This is one of those videos that's going to do well, and it makes you wonder. But let's not wonder about that just yet. We want to watch this video. We just want to watch it and straighten out some of Frank Tufano's ignorance, as he calls other people ignorant. Yeah, that's right. Let's see here. There he is now. Okay. Let's just get this all straightened out. Frank Tufano is, for some reason, he's a big deal with 14,000 subscribers, but his videos do much better than you would think. But hey, let's just forget about that for now too. We gonna want to straighten this stuff out, because this is what I do here as the founder of the VDC. There is some damage that he could cause here in the vegan front. And so we're going to take care of this guy. For those of you who aren't familiar with my channel, I've been here for almost 6 years now. 800 videos. But I've been eating the same exact way for a lot longer than that. And I can guarantee you, a lot longer than Frank or anybody. And you'd be surprised to find out how I eat, which I'm going to get into. Let's just make sure the stream is good. We got a comment in. That's always helpful. Thumbs up for the video, everyone. So I guess I did a test. Yeah, the sound is good. So we're going to watch Frank's video. And Frank is new to me as of just a couple of days ago. Let's just, that sounds good. Make sure the stream, okay, I want to pause that too. That could help. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah. The first time I heard him speaking was, well, he was talking with Dr. Berg a couple days ago. I think yesterday morning that video went up. And it's very interesting. I was fascinated by this. I've watched almost all of it. I was up last night watching. It was amazing. He sounds so normal. It's amazing. It really tells you something. And I want to talk more about him in my next video. I was about to make that video, but this came up. We got to take care of this. Also, I'm wondering how old he is, since I don't know much about him. If anybody knows, let me know. Because you know, yep, his age is important. It's going to come in important. Here goes, starting from the top.
These vegans never cease to amaze me with how brainwashed and crazy they truly are.
Well, I have to critique his first sentence. that is really stereotyping a large segment of people. That's kind of like what racists do. There's a lot of different types of vegan. I was just telling somebody that. You really can't put them all in the same boat. And it's very interesting here in this video. He's critiquing a vegan that's not a typical vegan. Very rare type of vegan. The title of his video is called Pregnant Vegan. Starving herself on raw fruitarian diet. See, he could just say a pregnant woman is starving herself, or a pregnant fruitarian. Pregnant person is, yeah, but he throws in the word vegan because that's what his channel is about. And why is that? That's anybody's guess. Okay, I'm ready for sentence 2 now.
We're going to take a look at a fruitarian raw vegan pregnancy. I really don't get this BS. I don't know what it is, but like, what are you doing? You're playing happy music?
He's criticizing the video with the music and the fruit. And that's interesting because I have done that myself. I have shown fruit and played music over it, probably. But we like to show the fruit because fruit looks much better. It just looks good. Much better than any other food group. And there's a good reason for that. I'll give you a hint, people. For those of you who are new to my channel, maybe coming over from Frank's channel, I'll give you a hint. I don't want to just spoil the fun that you're in for. We're just giving away everything. But the hint is fruit looks good to us.
Filming fruit? Like, seriously.
Oh, and when I watched him talking with Dr. Berg, I was just amazed by how civil they were both acting. But after a while I thought, well, it's that they're on the same side. They're not having a debate. And when they have that kind of thing in common, people tend to be really civil. And I was wondering if he is just like that all the time. Maybe he puts on a good face. I mentioned that in my last video yesterday. You're going to want to check that out, by the way. That was a pretty good video. Made a video of about the two of them, and I'm going to make more of those. So much to do. So much damage to control. But now we're seeing a different side. I'm now seeing a different side of him. All it is video of fruit with music. Of course, why not have music instead of just nothing? And he's calling it BS. So we're seeing the Tufano coming out of Frank here. Mr. Frank. Yeah, I thought it was too good to be true. Okay. So now we're getting to this woman here. I'm assuming that's her video, the whole thing there. Yeah. And I don't know who this is. So I'm looking to see here. Now, he does not put her name in the description. Matter of fact, it's all a bunch of BS links to his shops, Amazon shops, things that I just use. I use things amazing. Never seen this before. Affiliates. Partnering up with the Tufano group. Partners in crime. It's just business. Maybe he'll say her name in here. Let's see.
Today, we are 18 weeks pregnant.
I wonder how many vegans are going to try to argue that she's healthy and that losing half of your hair as a woman is completely normal during pregnancy. I mean, at what point?
Hold off on that, Tufano. Because I gotta say that arguing that it's a good thing, no, I wouldn't say that losing hair is okay, but I wouldn't say it's necessarily. But I don't want to get into that. Let's just stick with his video, because he's saying one thing, but the video is showing a different thing. We don't see a woman there that has lost half her hair. We've got a woman who has maybe a hairline that is not so great, and her hair is pulled back. And yes, it looks really bad, but people need to separate their emotions. They need to think more. That if you pulled your hair back, well, maybe not you, Frankie, but if a lot of people pulled their hair back, their hairlines are not way up there, way down there. And we'd have to look at her hair before, and see. But maybe Frank doesn't care to do that. He comes across, at least talking to Berg there, he comes across as a person who's genuinely wanting to just help people be healthy. What's weird is he spends a really inordinate amount of time focusing on the most extreme vegans. Why doesn't he focus on extreme people in his community, or a whole bunch of other things? Ever made a video about the cotton ball diet? Because I have. Not because it's vegan. Well, yeah, cotton is vegan, but that's beside the point. So let's get deeper into this, into exactly what. Forget about all this crap, all the BS he's saying. Let's get into the real. What exactly is the problem here?
I mean, at what point do you say, you look like an emaciated 60-year-old Swedish man?
We're seeing more of the jerk coming out there. Yeah, I was wondering why Michelle Lowe, as I was picking on Frank, he seems like a nice guy. And I was going to look more into it, maybe watch more of her videos. Yeah, I don't actually have time to watch a lot of videos, but I just know that she's always making videos about him, you know, attacking him. And so now I can kind of see that it's only when someone's a jerk that you want to make a lot of videos about him. So this woman see, I was stunned here, and I left a comment under his video. Is he really calling that woman emaciated? Take another look.
Like, honestly, how out of touch with reality do you have to be to look like this and not think there's something wrong?
Leo.
Little Leo. And he can hear you now, right?
Yeah.
So cute. What are you doing? Some kind of a dance?
Yeah.
How do you like your belly?
If this person wasn't a vegan,
Yeah. And he's gonna kick you.
then he wouldn't be making this video. No one would be attacking her as doing anything wrong.
I'm not sure.
So far, the only problem that Frank's is seeing is the fact that she eats a raw fruitarian diet. Yes, and it's not really about veganism, but he wants to put that word in.
Our current fruit stash after our Saturday run to the organic markets of Ubud. We have mangoes, we have bananas, which could be yeah.
Let's skip ahead because I've seen this kind of thing 1,000 times. in my days of watching YouTube. This is actually, for people who don't know, this is a real community. There's hundreds, maybe thousands of people who eat like this. There was actually a festival where people actually showed up. 200 the first time. Yeah. There's one crazy guy who rode his bike all the way from Washington. Yeah, he lived out in the boonies, up there in the cold. I don't know how you can survive that kind of weather. Life regenerator. He rode his bike all the way to New York. Yeah, I found it hard to believe too. But, you know, he documented it.
Top is a little bruised. We'll eat that later.
Wow.
Just a heads up for people, for vegans, fruitarians, all you people. You got to do a better job with the way you look. They just don't care about how they look. But you got to, if you want to promote your type of eating. People are superficial.
How dark they are.
Banana ice cream.
Best bananas we've ever seen. I think the fattest. A bunch of the same ones, and these bananas are also the bomb. We got the
Filler.
red bananas, then grape.
Any degree.
Here we go.
The way.
Everything is organic, by the way.
Organic, by the way. If anyone knows a vegan that actually understands agriculture to any degree, well, first of all, I'm sure they wouldn't be vegan, and second of all, please point them out to me.
Here's where I made my third comment, my post below. Let's take a look at it down here. Post number 3. Please point out someone who understands agriculture and is a vegan. Howard Lyman, story of a cattle rancher turned vegan. And that was just too easy, Frank. I could probably add to the list, but well, there's your answer. Yes, many vegans are brainwashed. Many libs, repubs, Christians, Jews, Americans, whites, economists, on and on and on and on and on and on. And YouTubers. And so are you, Frank. Why don't you face up to the projection that you are doing throughout this video? It's pretty hypocritical, Frank. Fess up.
Because for someone to not understand what organic actually entails in the food, it really shows their lack of knowledge in regards to nutrition in general. Knowing that it's only a certification, that it has nothing to do with what type of fruit is being grown, if it's an heirloom variety, the nutrition content, none of that.
Jeez, Frank. Yeah, this guy. It was fascinating to watch him talk for like 45 minutes and to really get an idea of how he thinks. He's kind of obsessive. All they said was the food's organic. We all know what that means, Frank. That they just mentioned it. It just means there's no pesticides. We all know that. Gee.
That pertains to organic necessarily.
Basically, Chip is buying up the whole fruit stand. This is already what we bought. To give you an idea of the abundance we have: red bananas, mulberries, pineapple, rambutans, cherry tomatoes, papaya, what are the dragon fruits, several.
Wait a second here. I just noticed something. Oh my God. Oh my. Noticing this live is great. I'm thinking about all the filler he's putting in. It's not necessary to put in all this. It's just empty space looking at fruit. We're not hearing much. And then I thought, maybe, that's what YouTubers do to get a video to 10 minutes when it otherwise would not be. Then I just looked to see how long his video is. Oh, Frankie. Frankie is the boy. Do you see that, people? It was 9 minutes and 21 seconds.
What I don't get is...
Oh, is he the one who doesn't run ads on his channel? Yeah, he doesn't need them. Yeah, with all... Yeah, he's starting to figure this out. He has so many links for business. YouTube doesn't like that kind of thing. And I'll bet you they don't like his content either. And he probably couldn't stay monetized. He does this instead. Wow, what is that? So that's interesting. Okay.
Half the video.
See, I ended up being fair. I was trying to make him look dumb. But no, he doesn't have to get to 10 minutes to get more ads on your video because he doesn't have ads.
Is them filming in nature, and then they go to a fruit stall to buy the fruit. You would think that these people would make the connection that they couldn't actually procure the calories in nature without starving to death.
I've heard this 100 times over the last 10 years, and he's just repeating it. He's just repeating it. It is ignorance. And I laid all this out in my ebook, Escape the Diet Matrix, and learn the real truth about the real world. That's what makes that a perfect title. there's the Matrix, which was the fake world, and then there was the real world in the movie, you know? And that's basically what I showed you, that it's all been an illusion. Where people are brainwashed. All types of people. And I show you, and there's no denying. Well, but do you want to look? It's easy to say, oh, it's undeniable. And you hear liars say that all the time. This proves I'm innocent. Case closed. But a person could go and look at my ebook and debunk it if it wasn't true, if there's something, if there's holes in the plot line, they could debunk it. That book's been out for 2.5 years. I think it's going on 3 now. No one has even attempted to debunk it. It gets a perfect rating. Great reviews. Come on, try it. Try to debunk anything I've said. I've been here 6 years. Why don't they try? Because it's easy to fool some of the people some of the time. And that's all you need to do.
Because if you actually had to gather the fruit yourself, the caloric yield from the fruit would not be enough to sustain yourself.
Yeah, this is just... Frankie. Tell me you don't believe this. You know, where are you getting the information from? It's bro science. You won't find any science that's saying this. You will overhear it in a lot of different places. Let's gotta check out my comments. It always proves useful. Okay, here. Spends a lot of time on his makeup. Yeah, I've heard this. I've known this guy 2 days. And now, Jerry, you are the second person to mention that. Oh, man. Okay, who is he talking about? How someone look? Who is he to talk about how someone looks? Well, he's got a lot of hair. And his skin looks good. Well, he should watch the 5.5-hour debate last night between Foot Soldier and Will. Really? Oh my God. Well, you know, he had this Frank guy. Yeah, a lot of people may not realize this. Frank Tufano, he debated vegan gains 3 months ago. So he's familiar with how it feels to lose a debate. But he doesn't think he lost. Of course not. Watch my last video from yesterday. You got to see that. Yeah, everyone on both sides should see that video. It's pretty good. Oh. Hello, guys. Welcome, mate. Welcome, mate. Oh yeah. Gary is the dude. 100% serious? Oh, is the dude 100% serious? You needed a comma there. That's what we all wonder. if they're serious. And notice he's saying that about us, about vegans. And thanks, Jerry. Jerry just tipped me $2. I think that's a first for Jerry. Oh, maybe second. Yeah, thanks. That's always encouraging. Hunger strike didn't last long then. Well, I'm hungry right now. I'm going to talk about it in my next video, which might be up. Well, it'll be up like within 12 hours. Are we supposed to be grossed out by the beautiful fruit? I don't know. He's just trying to see something. And he's showing those fruits to his audience who's starved of carbohydrates, depleted their glycogen stores. I don't know. Yet when he talks, he sounds smart. Lots of nutritional talk. Yeah. Okay, gonna get back to Frank now. Okay, how will he end his video? What big stuff does he have in store?
You put a vegan in any climate, doesn't matter if it's tropical or not.
Oh yeah.
They cannot.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, Frank. You really believe in this? Notice I want to avoid. I just want to keep on going away from this because it's such an irritating topic that you can't find calories. You can't find vegan calories in nature. What? What? This is what people need to understand. All animal material, everything that all animals are made out of, originates in the plant kingdom. Where else do you think it comes from? He eats animals. But those animals have to eat. And let's say those animals that he eats were not vegans. Let's say he ate carnivores. Well, those carnivores had to eat. And Frank, eventually, it all comes from plants. Eventually, it's the herbivore animals. And they're the most abundant ones. Those are the fuel for the carnivores. So this line of reasoning comes from stupid people. And here he is repeating this? He sounded so smart yesterday.
Not actually procure enough calories to survive. The only thing that allows vegans to follow their diet now is
modern agriculture is their scapegoat.
modern access to food and agriculture. If you can walk to a market and maintain sedentary activity most of the day, you can survive on these vegan foods. The first comment here is, as usual, some vegan is trying to justify that her diet is adequate, which is almost...
Wait a second there. Wait. Did he just admit that you can survive off of a vegan diet?
almost comical in a way. These vegans will justify any diet if it's vegan. They will try to say, oh...
No, I won't. Who are these vegans he speaks of? Isn't he aware? Isn't he aware of all of the different divisions in vegan circles? There's a whole bunch, and we all argue That's what was mostly going on in 2010 on YouTube. I remember I was just mostly upset at the people, at the vegans who were promoting high-fat foods. All this worrying about fat and don't eat too much fruit. That's what they were saying. And then there were some people in another segment saying, why are you people attacking each other? We should be focusing on the meat eaters. And of course there's the raw versus cooked. And I was heavily into that.
Oh, the person is perfectly healthy, blah, blah, blah. And then as soon as something goes wrong with the person, they'll say, oh, they weren't
doing it right. And guess what, Frank? I heard you talking about that yesterday. You said the same thing, and I've got the clip, and I've saved it on my computer, and I'm going to use it over and over. Doing it right.
Aren't doing it right.
Should I show it now? Yes.
It's unbelievable. These people are so believable. So the second comment had some sense. You know, he's talking about, okay.
I'm gonna save that and do it really well. Did I just laugh like a little girl? It hurt my ears there. Oh man, he gets these people fascinate me. It's amazing.
You're going to be deficient in cholesterol, saturated fat, DHA and EPA, B vitamins, things that are very important for
DHA. He said it many times yesterday. I had to look it up. I admit, I had to look it up. But that's only because I don't need to know about DHA. You know, when you're eating naturally. By the way, how do I eat? Well, I'm not a full fruitarian, as you might have guessed. Why? Because I don't look emaciated, but that woman is fat compared with me. Well, she's fat. She's fat. Well, she's pregnant. I'm not putting her down. But but you see those thighs? Wow. She couldn't have been a raw fruitarian for long with those thighs. Anyway, let's just let's try to get through this. Make sure we're hearing everything.
For the development of the child. And the first person that responds to them is, you can't.
This is amazing that he's actually going through the line of reasoning in an argument. Because when you do that, you'd only do that if you're on the winning side. And sorry, Frank, you are not. Come at me, bro. Come at me. No. No one's ever come at me. Can't touch this. But let's get this. Let's get what he's saying. He is hard to focus on.
DHA and EPA, B vitamins, things that are very important for the development of the child.
Yeah. What's not important?
And the first person that responds to them
is somebody like me.
Is you can't talk sense to the brain dead. And then Fit Shorty Eats, which is the person who published this video, the girl in the video, says, start reading about DHA and EPA synthesis from ALA. Oh.
And if you read a lot of that, it'll actually brainwash you. So that's the problem that a lot of people have. They learn so much about so little, and they think that little bit there is everything.
I've done plenty of reading on...
There you go. Yeah. Like a lot of people have said, I should have more subscribers. Frank should even have more.
DHA and EPA synthesis from ALA, and the amount is negligible. If you ate 1 cup of flax seeds in the context of a high-fat diet...
Dude, the reason animals have a lot of DHA and AHM, BSH, and cholesterol and all that stuff is because they make it. Their bodies make it. It doesn't need to be in plants. Plants, it doesn't need to be in plants because the animals make it themselves. And humans are animals. And that's that. Man. Can't believe I'm saying this in 2018. This is so 2010.
You would synthesize roughly the amount of DHA from...
And he looks like he's so 2010. Like the year he graduated from high school. Or...
from 1 bite of fish. I doubt you are getting anywhere near...
Unbelievable, isn't it? This is a guy who can talk endlessly about nutrients and be right. He was right in the stuff he was talking about. And he went on almost endlessly. And now he's believing in these really ignorant myths. Why is he even bother with this video?
Near the optimal amount.
I'll just skip this. We already know what he's saying is ridiculous. Oh, do you remember the longevity guy? The secrets of longevity? Some guy about the same age.
0.05% to...
Not to pick on young people, but only when they pretend like they're so wise and they figured it all out.
0.73%. And not only that, there's plenty of other nutrients that vary in breast milk, and I will link those resources in the comments. But this whole thing is really unfortunate. I mean, we're in this really weird period of time where even though there's been stories about vegans literally miscarrying and killing...
Actually, miscarriages is very common here in the United States. And it's so common. And the United States is a meat-eating country. We got eggs, we got milk, it's pushed on us. And the miscarriages are crazy. It's so common, it's not even, people don't even blink. I'd like to point out to my audience and add some information here that there have been cases of fruitarian women who've actually gone through an entire pregnancy and gave birth. But he's saying it's impossible. And I know that a lot of people would be surprised at this information because we're taught something much different. It's not like we're taught, it's integrated into our society that we think of animal products as something of substance. but it's just not the way it is. Let's take a look. Okay, all you gotta do is type in fruitarian pregnancy. Let's see, there's that woman, Fit Shorty Eats, 4 days ago. That's probably the video. Ann Osborne. Who I know. Ellen Fisher, I think Frank knows her. Let's take a look. But let's... Ann Osborne is a long-term fruitarian. Not sure how long. Decades.
Pregnancy is fruitarian, and birth and
Yes.
bringing up children. First of all, pregnancy. How was
Looks like an old video. She goes way back. Yes, this was 6 years ago.
that? Did your diet change any? Was it easy or difficult pregnancy?
Before
Pregnancies
HD.
were great. I loved them. They were really, really,
No HD here.
beautiful time. Felt really healthy, and my diet changed with my second pregnancy in that I got a taste for more savoury fruits. So I ate more avocados, more sweet peppers, more cucumbers than I normally do. But
And again, this might sound just unbelievable to some people, but we're never really taught that there's a lot of animals who eat almost just all fruit. There is, right, we know about, there's familiar animals like chimpanzees. But they'll say, well, chimpanzees have been seen eating meat. Huh. Well, let's try another one. There's gorillas. They eat mostly, well, they eat a lot of fruit, but they eat a lot of vegetables. And they can digest vegetables much better than humans. And they get the cellulose, which we can't absorb, and stuff like that. That's very interesting. What's interesting is that we're very familiar with these two types of animals. But have you heard of a bonobo? Right. I never did either. Maybe it's because of how they eat. 100% fruit. Fruit. See, this is chemistry. Chemistry is amazing. Nature can make all sorts of stuff out of other stuff. Atoms. Neutrinos, what's the word? Atoms, electrons, electrons and protons. And it's only when you add them up together do you get things that are very different from each other. That's how fruit can turn into humans. Because it's all on a microscopic level.
apart from that, no, not really. I still enjoyed my sweet fruit, but I did up my intake of the savoury fruits. I was pregnant, so I had plenty of energy. Didn't put on too much weight with both pregnancies, just 10 kilos, so that's about 22 pounds.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I think, when they get pregnant, they have issues with putting weight on all over. But I think when you're on a fruit diet, you don't put on any.
Right. People get fat because they're eating wrong foods. Let's see here. Man. Look at the comments. Sounds like kids grow normally on a fruitarian diet. It's kids eating a sad diet that are growing too fast, right? So many weird things. Super interview. Anna's a lovely person. Wow. And wait, here's the same woman here with a different hairstyle. Wow. I can see why Frank didn't want to show this.
Are
Let's see
vegans
what we got
healthy?
here.
Are vegetarians healthy? French fries and beer are vegan.
Okay, so today's video is gonna be really intimate because I'm gonna tell you how we got pregnant. So if you watch our previous video here, I think, about why we waited 1 year to conceive, then you probably already know we waited 1 year to time our baby with the durian season.
Anyway, nothing here. Of course, I didn't have anything prepared here. Oh. Yeah, see, this was being done a long time ago. This was being criticized and covered, and this was basically summed up 5 years ago. This
Hi,
debate.
this is Ryan of Chris Powell's Extreme Makeover Diet on ABC, but a story blew up on the news today which stopped us from putting out the recipe video that we have all ready to go. I couldn't resist though. It's about, you don't see this every day, about a fellow 80-10-10er, a frugivore, someone whose diet is 80% calories from carbohydrates, vegan, 10% from calories from protein and fats. But anyway, what makes this story have international appeal is she's a beautiful 25-year-old girl from Australia, Lonnie Jane Anthony, and she happens to also be 6 months pregnant. So somehow word of this got out. Well, she has a very popular blog and Instagram, like 100,000 followers, and a lot of people, are clueless about vegan nutrition and blasting her about how she's going to kill herself and her baby, and there's all this scrutiny going on. So that's why I'm making this video. I was reading this and I was going, oh man, that's so wrong. Let's start off with the nutritionist. So this nutritionist they got, Fiona Hunter from England, examined Miss Jane Anthony's diet, and here is Fiona Hunter's opinion. She says, Lori is deluded if she thinks this diet is healthy. That's pretty strong.
Yeah, see, this is coming from a nutritionist. See, that's the key word right there. Nutritionists are so wrapped up and so narrowly focused on nutrition that they don't see the bigger picture. But what about nutrition? What causes a nutritionist to think that a fruitarian diet won't cover you? Well, it's the way nutrition is taught. It's taught by a society that already has preconceived ideas and biases. And that really is the problem. Because if you put a fruitarian diet into a nutritional program, you'll see that you are covered. And that was the mind-blowing education I got back in 2008, 9, and 10 with high fruit eating, which I've been half fruitarian for 23 years. The other half is what's called poor man's fruit. Potatoes, grains. I do eat a little fats, all vegan for 23 years. and I eat vegetables. This is why I'm going strong and having no ex-vegan problems, ex-vegan tendencies. There's just no problem here. You got to eat healthy.
Don't you think? It can not only jeopardize her own health, but also that of her unborn baby. It gets worse though. It's desperately short in protein. Desperately short in protein, which is needed for growth and repair of tissues. And
that's pretty sad. It's pretty sad that the protein myth continues, even in professional circles.
And also short in several key vitamins and minerals, including iron, calcium, and zinc. Well, obviously, nutritionist Fiona Hunter thinks she knows a lot, but she doesn't know jack. I don't have a degree in nutrition, and I know way more than you do about this, and let me show you. First of all, desperately short in protein. That sounds like we're not getting enough.
Exactly. You know, it makes us look like kooks, but it's the truth, and I've got to say it. It's because we don't, it's because me and Ryan here aren't overly educated in nutrition that we can see the bigger picture.
Enough protein. Like if the baby were to be drinking breast milk, the baby would be getting 6% of its calories from protein. Well, on an 80-10-10 diet, as the name implies, 10% of your calories come from protein. So we're providing an abundance of protein, an abundance of amino acids for this baby's growth and development. And there's other crap here about deficiencies in iron, calcium, and zinc. That's BS. Where do you think the animals get it from? They get it from the plants they eat. And since 80-10-10ers like us are eating so many plants, we're getting an abundance of these minerals. And I just had my blood test done a few weeks ago, as I put up online, and you should watch that episode because it dispels all this BS myths. I'm fine in these. My doctor thought I was going to be deficient in these elements.
Blood test.
Minerals, like iron.
There you go.
As I was a year.
Now, that's amazing. See, even doctors, professionals, are surprised by the actual numbers when they actually see them. So when they're putting down a fruitarian diet, it's saying, that can't possibly cover you. Grossly deficient. What they're doing is they're not being scientific. They haven't actually looked. They're letting their bias dictate. They're professional statements that they're putting out. And that's amazing right there.
Year and a half ago as well. Many are worried about this extreme amount of potassium she must be receiving from 20 bananas a day. And the article says that according to medhealth.net, that they're a good source of potassium, but that most health
That brings back memories. Potassium. It was around this time, like 4 years ago, where this guy was in the audience on TV's The Doctors, and he got them to interview him for a couple minutes. And one of the doctors mentioned too much potassium. To sum it up, doctors are not even nutritionists. They don't know what they're talking about.
Experts.
Yet what's weird is they go on TV and claim to be nutritional experts or diet experts or even weight loss experts, and they're not. It's really amazing that they're able to do that and use the doctor title in their marketing to trick people.
recommend no more than 2 bananas a day. Why is that? It says that overdosing can cause headaches, sleepiness, nausea, and...
I haven't had a headache in 32 years. Yep. Yeah, because in the mid-'80s, I started learning about eating healthy. Increasing my fruits and vegetables, decreasing refined food and junk food. And this is amazing. For the past 23 years, I've eaten an average of, I don't know, about 5 or 6 bananas every single day. And then most of the other foods I eat also have plenty of potassium in them. Like melons, very high. Nature would not make this mistake.
Tooth decay. Well, first of all, let's stop right there. I have at least 20 bananas a day as well. In my morning alone, I'm having like at least 10 to 12 bananas. No headaches, no sleepiness, no nausea. And where is the research? Are they just pulling this out of their butts, or is there some scientific knowledge that says bananas consumed in greater quantities than 2?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the truth is funny. That is exactly what they're doing. That's exactly where they're getting their information. Like I was just saying, they're not getting this from the science. They're getting this from their preconceived biases.
Cause headaches. Tooth decay? Just brush your teeth like you do after normal foods. Swish water. I mean, I have no more cavities now after 3 years vegan than I did before. My teeth are fine. So Lonnie says after 3 years of being on this diet, she is healthier than ever. She feels like a completely different person than she was back when she was having a party girl.
And there's a lot of people out there saying the same thing. I did total fruitarian for 1 month, and it was amazing. And I'd just keep doing it, Except I get tired of the limited fruit that I get. Hey. And, I'm not rich either. And I can only afford so much where I'm at.
Lifestyle. Makes sense, huh? I mean, no one complained about her then, but now that she's 80-10-10, all hell's breaking loose. So, look at Lonnie. She's fit. She's freaking trim and slim.
Speaking of all hell breaking loose, we might as well just wrap up Frank Tufano's video. Yeah, we need to wrap this up here. Now back to the diet matrix of Frank Tufano.
Babies, harming themselves, harming other people. Apparently, there isn't enough blatantly obvious information. Nothing has hit mainstream to really show people how detrimental a vegan diet is to the health of anyone, let alone a pregnant woman and her child. I mean, we will have this information in, I'm assuming, a couple of years.
Oh man, I'm kind of happy and bothered that I found this guy. Because, man, it's going to take a lot of this. I'll be tempted to make too many videos about him. Well, just give it 2 more years. Dude, this was over. This was over on 2011. We wrapped this up. There's plenty of vegans who've given birth. There's Ann Osborne. Fruitarian even. For decades. And also her husband, fruitarian for decades. You may recognize his book there, 80-10-10. Dr. Doug Graham. They're both doctors. They have a healthy baby. This baby is now like 10 years old. What, 9, I guess? And this baby can be seen. This kid now makes videos. There's one video. I'll find that while we're listening to more of Frank's hysteria.
Years from now with all this extreme vegan stuff, or who knows, maybe they'll just cover it up like usual and just say that these vegans didn't do the diet properly. So, you know, these people are literally completely batshit crazy, out of touch with nature, out of touch with reality. They think they have an understanding of nutrition, but they don't. They look at the information that fits their version of nutrition, and they use that to justify whatever they're doing. How can you say read up on DHA and EPA synthesis from ALA when you don't actually know the data and the statistics yourself? They just want to do what they want to do and feel confident in doing it. It's unfortunate. It happens with a lot of people now. I mean, most people lack an open-mindedness and an objective train of thought, but I just hate to see people go down this path.
Correction. I have to correct myself. I'm sure people have mentioned it in the comments, but I just realized that's Anne Osborne. Get confused between her and Rosalind Graham. Yes. She's the one married to Doug Graham. Yeah, I forgot all about Osborne. Haven't thought of her in a while. Oh, there's just too many fruitarians to cover. I don't know. There's so many videos. This is going to be hard to find. New video from Vegan Gains. More video games. Okay, back to Frank.
Path, and I mean, what are you gonna do? You know, there's no point in talking any sense into them. Unfortunately, they're gonna realize it when it's too late, and hopefully, it's not anything detrimental happening to themselves or the child. But you know, I wouldn't be too optimistic about that. So, thank you guys for watching. If you guys would like to support the channel, please subscribe and share the video. I do have exclusive videos on Patreon now, so check that out. I'm on Instagram and Twitter if you guys are on social media. Would love it if you followed me. On my Amazon shop, you guys can check out some supplements I use in my day-to-day life. I do have a carnivore wiki I'm working on now. If you guys are interested in contributing, feel free to check that out. And any of you vegans who want some consulting from someone who actually knows about plant foods and the nutrients in plant foods, feel free to shoot me an email, frankatufano@gmail.com, or reach out to me through my website for dietary consulting.
Hey, it's Mike here, and today, high carb vegan.
Well, I don't know. I could find it. 82. Oh, that didn't work. Let's see, fruitarian, baby of fruitarian parents. It's already been done. And someone could have gotten it taken down, you know. Someone like Frank. This is weird. You'd think I could find a video of what I'm searching for. Come on. No results. I must be spelling this wrong. Oh, okay. I'm a searching expert. Seriously. But man, what's wrong here? Okay, this is the best I can find.
If you're trying to lose weight, let me know if this sounds familiar. You
Frank,
decide that you're going to start eating
expert.
healthy, right? Lose a couple pounds, maybe start just getting in shape. So for breakfast,
Frank believes
you eat
in
something
the
nice
Tooth
and light. Maybe some yogurt
and the
or
Easter Bunny.
Hundreds and hundreds of people have jumped on board already. I think we'll have thousands by the end we begin our challenge. So jump aboard. We're gonna have so much fun. All kinds of predictions from people. So one comment was that after 7 years of eating fruits and vegetables, we were going to die. The next comment was that our hormonal system would totally go out of whack, that our teeth would fall out, we would of course become protein deficient, and we would also overdose on sugar because this diet contained so much fruit. So, has this been true? This is what we're talking about in our video today. Now, first thing first. I just wanted to talk a little bit about protein, and I know it's the sort of thing that I would actually say myself when I was back on a meat-eating diet. If you told me about a raw vegan diet, I mean, I wasn't even aware of it. Vegetarian diet, I thought that when you become a vegetarian, you become protein deficient. Question, is it?
They get us to think that way. Our whole world is a matrix. That's what that movie was trying to tell us.
Is it possible to be protein deficient and to grow a brand new baby inside of yourself? A brand new baby. How much protein does that take? And is it possible to be protein deficient and give birth to a healthy baby in just absolutely normal weight? Eleni was...
Yeah, I forgot. That's basically what debunks Frank Tufano is the fact that you can't carry a pregnancy if you are grossly deficient in protein and DHA and all that other BS stuff. But there they are. So this is the guy, it's Frank, who doesn't understand the big picture of nutrition. He understands the real small picture. And there's a saying, old saying, a little knowledge is dangerous.
7.5 pounds when I gave birth to her. Is it? No, it's not possible. Of course it's not possible. So Paul, can we just talk a little bit, just very briefly about protein?
Absolutely. You're like, you've been eating what, about 5%, approximately 5% of your calories as protein? 6%.
I just got a comment on one of my previous videos. You can see down there below. Right under me there. Right down there. See that comment? Some guy who said, my body was devastated as a vegan. Do you know what's wrong with that sentence? The word as. Exactly. As a vegan, but your body was devastated as a man, as an American, or as you name it. But he doesn't say from veganism. He says as a vegan. See, he's equating the two things, or he's conflating two things together, suggesting that they're connected when they're not. Your diet may have been crap, that's for sure. One of the reasons I'm here is to teach people how to eat a proper vegan diet. Not just, you can't just remove animal products. There's a healthy way to eat, and most people aren't doing it.
6%, you know, most people would, you know, if they knew anything, they would go, oh my God, you know, that's just so low. You need to be eating animal products, you know, dairy, meat, and all the rest of it. But it's just simply not true. Julia is the living proof. I'm the living proof that, you know, eating around 5% or 6% of total calories as from protein is more than adequate, definitely.
And that's about what I've been getting for many, many years. And I've lifted weights through it to prove to myself that I was getting enough protein. About 40 grams a day for years. And I improve.
And actually the World Health Organization says that if you get 0.8 grams per kilogram of protein in your diet,
per kilogram of body weight.
Per kilogram of body weight, then you're absolutely fine. You're getting enough protein, for example. So that's why it's easier to eat more volume but less calories.
Yes, it's an abundant lifestyle. You can like feast, you can stuff your face with fruit. Well, not to a point where you overeat, but
you can really enjoy yourself.
You can eat a lot of fruit, and it's just like restricting yourself is so liberating. It's the best thing that you can experience, because all of a sudden you just get so much abundance in your life. So the next issue that people usually talk about is hormones, and you know, this lifestyle. All of a sudden, for some reason, when you eat a crappy diet, then your hormones are going to be fine. And when you switch into very clean diet with lots of fruits and vegetables in it, all of a sudden you're going to get hormonal issues. So can you work that out? No, I don't.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay. Yeah. We got to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Rate this video. It's a thumbs up, people. It is. And check out my ebook. My ebook. Really good. Really good. Low price. Not like the other crazy prices with YouTubers hiking up their prices. My website, highfruitlifestyle.com. And my Patreon. Yeah, I do have a Patreon, but it's not that active. And eat your fruit, because fruit, that's what fruit's for. Nature makes fruit for us to eat. It's got the right things in it in the right amounts. Thank you, everyone, for watching and supporting this message. And we got to get this message out there.